Good morning, afternoon, or evening, and welcome to another episode of Feminine Fridays. Coming to you at noon, just to do what I do. Talk about the struggles of being a woman, yeah. Thank you for joining and or clicking on me today. I am Zena, your feminine consultant, and today I am going to be talking about my personal feminine journey and how you can get started on yours. I remember saying to myself, I was created to be a woman, right? I was created to be a wife. I was created to be a mom. Why is it so hard? Like, if I was created for this, it should, in fact, be easier. I was feeling like I was completely losing myself. And I remember feeling that I shouldn't be losing myself. If anything, I should be finding myself, but I shouldn't be losing myself. So I remember sitting at work in my cubicle, not doing no work. Okay. I remember being at work working on getting my life more than I was doing work. And I was like, I have to figure this out. Like, I need something. I was really looking for information. And I remember at that point, at that particular day, I was really frustrated because I had been looking for information for a minute now, and I wasn't finding anything. I was contacting a lot of other wives, a lot of other moms, and was talking to them about stuff. And they were kind of like, yeah, like, that's how it be. And I'm like, that's how it be. So I went on Google, and I can't even remember exactly what I typed in, but I know for sure it wasn't femininity. It wasn't anything with the word F. I remember that. I remember not even knowing that that was what my issue was and why things were so hard, because I wasn't aligned with my femininity. I remember being totally oblivious to that. So I think I typed in something about balance, like how to get balance with work, life, and home, or something like that. And lo and behold, a link pops up about Iyanla Vanznant, Mother Iyanla, and it was a 7-day women's retreat. And inside of like the description, it was coming up. It was like in the next maybe 2 months or something like that, maybe a month or 2 months away. And it was talking about it was a 7-day women retreat. And in the description, it said basically, as women, we just go through life. Just basically, like, if you're reading this and this is where you are, you need to come to this retreat. And it was saying, like, as women, we just kind of go through life, when really there's supposed to be a teaching lesson for each stage of a woman's life to bring her into that new place, to give her the tools that she needs, the understanding that she needs to operate in that new place. And I read that and I was like, Mother Yalla! Like, yes, finally. I remember in that moment, knowing I was going to that retreat, I didn't take off work. I didn't ask them. I didn't care if I had to quit and find another job. I am going. It was 7 days. I remember at that time not even understanding how I would even go to a 7-day retreat. As far as with my my 1-year-old, and I don't even think she was one. Maybe she was 8 months, 6 or 8 months. And I'm like, I remember not knowing how this was going to work out, but I was like, I'm going. I have to get this information. Talked about how life transitions can throw you off if you don't have the tools you need to stay afloat at that level of womanness. And I'm like, that is exactly what I did without realizing that's what I did. Understand me? I just grew up and just went into it. Nobody said, okay, you're about to step into motherhood. This is the things you need to know. This is what you need to keep. This is what you need to let go. This is the type of womanness that you need in this area. Like, I just remember reading that and being like, yo, that's what I'm missing. And that's when I learned that it was actually femininity. So I went to this 7-day retreat. I took my mama with me. My mama watched my baby. I actually went with a friend as well. My mama watched my baby while I went to the classes for the day, throughout the day. And that's how I was able to go. And I almost didn't get off work. And I was looking at them like, listen, yeah, I had to find another social worker. So I'm going. But they wind up granting me the days, and everything worked out. I went, and when I tell you, Mother Iyanla, she single-handedly changed my whole life with the wisdom that she gave us. And it was so many other teachers there, women that she had there, that gave us so much wisdom it was one of the most beautiful experiences that I've had, okay? But outside of taking Jesus as my Lord and Savior, okay? And, it was not easy because there was a lot of pruning we had to do, and there was also a lot of download information and basically unlearning and relearning that we had to go through. So it was like, what? I don't do that as a woman? Like, no, you're not supposed to. I'm like, I've been doing it all my life. That's the problem. So it was one of those type of experiences, and I am forever grateful for her for knowing that that was a need and putting herself in a position to be an answer to the solution. But anyway, or answer to the problem. Answer to the solution? Answer to the problem. Answer to the problem. To being a solution, basically, is what I'm trying to say. The point I'm trying to make is that in order for me to begin to really understand femininity, I had to make an investment. This was not something, and this is a very vital point. I know it sounds probably cliche, like, oh, invest in yourself. It's a real thing. And femininity is something that is so divine, yet so, it's like undercover. You know what I mean? It's like an undercover cop. It's that police officer that is sitting up on the hills in the corner behind the trees when you're driving on the interstate. It's way up there in the corner. You know, it's not talked about a lot. It's highly misunderstood, and it's something that you will really have to invest time and energy into learning about. It is not something that you can start and finish simply on Google and YouTube. It's not a crochet, okay? It's not, it's not a twist out. It's not a natural, it's not an eyeshadow tutorial. It is something serious, and it is something life-changing and very divine. You're gonna have to make some type of investment into really learning about it. And it took me, after attending the 7-day retreat, it took me about a year after attending to really be able to master the superpowers that I learned about being a woman. When I left there, I felt so proud to be a woman. I felt so honored, if you will, to be a woman. Woman from the inside, as Iyanla would say. But I felt like, yes, I am a woman, baby. Like, I just felt so empowered, and I still do. I still feel that way. But I had to understand womanness. And I realized that is what I was missing. I just came into the world and just went from stage to stage to stage to stage without, this is how you operate at this age. This is how you operate. I didn't get those teachings. It's something you have to be taught. It's something very natural. Very natural. It's there, but it's also something that you have to kind of be taught how to discover. It's superpowers, as far as I'm concerned. Being a woman and being aligned with your femininity is like really understanding your superpowers. And when you understand those superpowers, it'll be so much easier for you in every role and every position in life that you play will become so much easier once you are aligned with that femininity. But there must be an investment. If you're not already aware of what it is, you must invest. If you pretty much are watching this video, you must invest. You must invest. You must invest. There's online courses. I have an online course now called the Feminine Manual. It single-handedly increased my confidence and my ease in life as a woman. It enhanced my marriage, and it really restored the joy of motherhood. There was a time where it wasn't as joyous. I was doing it, but it wasn't as joyous. It really restored the joy and the understanding for me. So the overall tip and goal is to invest in the knowledge of femininity outside of Google and YouTube. I want to thank you for joining me. You can follow me on Instagram, where I post all of my life, and I will see you next week for another episode of Feminine Fridays.